The boy was violently punished by the priest, but he still provoked him with arrogance.
Too bad, Father. I was just starting to enjoy myself.
The rebellious boy is named Jim. He is the star of his school's basketball team. His future was supposed to be bright. However, a misstep changed his fate forever. Like most young men, Jim and his friends often play pranks on other people, but he is not a bad guy. This day a friend took him to an upscale apartment. His world changed forever. The pleasure of being on the edge of heaven made him worse and worse. On this particular day, he was making a trade on campus when the priest, who didn't like him, saw him. While they were attending the game in a daze, priest arrived at the stadium with the police. The police searched their lockers. Luckily, his companions had taken their things away. Although they escaped death, the angry priest did not want to let them go, gave them a disciplinary action. The coach of the team announced that they would be expelled. However, Jim, who was on the top of his game, asked for voluntary withdrawal from the school. Thus, Jim had become a street hustler. His mother's kind words were replaced by his leaving the house. Jim also got involved with these drug addicts. One day, Jim found a familiar figure on TV. A friend who used to be on the same team was being interviewed. The man on TV was radiant and became his mother's pride. Instead, Jim was faced with the filthy addicts every day. He was supposed to be the one on TV thanking his mother, but now, he could only drag his rotting soul and look at his mother from afar. That day he was beaten up and left to die in the snow. Unexpectedly, a man appeared who would change his life. He learned all about the teenager from Jim's diary. He dragged Jim to a mirror and showed him the face that looked like a skeleton. He reprimanded him. He cried out in pain. From that day on, he stood by the door every day to help Jim get clean and sober. However, the process was destined to be difficult. Whenever he had an attack, he became extremely sensitive. It was as if every breath was like a razor-sharp blade. It was as if countless tiny worms were eating away at his body. After a few days, Jim's condition improved significantly. Reggie let go of his mind and went back to work. However, it wasn't long after he had left that Jim had another attack. Eventually, he found Reggie's money in a locked cupboard. He chose to fall off the rails. After wandering around for many days, he knocked on his mother's door again. She didn't know what to say when she saw her degenerate son, and Jim tried to beg his mother to help him. After being rejected by his mother, Jim fell into a frenzy. He kept slamming the door and even verbally abused his mother. In contrast to Jim's despair, his mother was in a state of grief. She saw her once proud son turn into what he had become. Eventually, she was cruel enough to ask the police to arrest him. He also kicked the habit once and for all in prison and was released 6 months later to begin his comeback.